What's up, everybody? This is the Chicago Sports Talk Michael back at it again with another video slash topic. What should the Chicago Bears 2023 expectations should be? So, people know me as a homer for my team. People know me as, passionate. People view me as a biased individual, but I'm actually going to have facts to bring this up about what I expect. What are my expectations for the Bears this year? Like, what's my overall, opinion? Because this is what we do predictions. Either you're right or your majority are going to be wrong. So I'm looking at my schedule, which I'll get into in a minute. My view is that this is the opportunity for Justin Fields to finally prove that he is that quarterback that the Chicago Bears have been looking for in a decade. And maybe he's not. Maybe he's not, but we have to hope he is. Like I said, this is the opportunity to do it. He has DJ Moore, he has Mooney, he has Chase Claypool, he has Cole Kmet, he has Robert Tunya, he has a very good blocking tight end to give him enough time to pass the ball, Mercedes Lewis. And the offensive line is built up, I would have to say, above maybe average type of offensive line. Like, it can't be worse than it was last year, in my opinion, because the Bears' offensive line did upgrade because we signed veteran Nate Davis. We moved Cody Whitehair back to the center. We have Tevin Jenkins now being the left guard, and we have Braxton Jones, and we drafted Darnell Wright, which again, it wasn't a splash. It wasn't like a splashy draft choice that we made, but it was the right move that had to be done because people still to this day are like the Bears should have taken Jalen Carter. The Bears, like, I get it. I was one of the few individuals that wouldn't mind the Bears taking Jalen Carter, but at the same time, you have to understand why, a team like the Bears looked at him and, it was going to hurt their rebuild. And, it made sense for the Eagles to get Jalen Carter because the Eagles are a Super Bowl contender team. So they took a risk on Jalen Carter. And if Jalen Carter flops out, they're not going to lose sleep because they have veteran players. Like, they're not like the only reason why they got Jalen Carter is they're like, hey, we all know he has off the field issues. We get that, but maybe we're going to use him as a rotation player because currently they have what's his name, Frederick Cox or whatever, as their starting defensive tackle, but they're going to try to mold him into being that the number one defensive tackle when he finally retires. But like I said, the Eagles, they took a big risk, not really a big risk, but it's like because of his off the field issues. Like, bro, there was a lot of teams that passed up on Jalen Carter, but the Bears made the right move, and that's for protecting Justin Fields with that blindside block. And the Bears made a lot of splash moves in the offseason, not just the DJ Moore trade. And I know people are saying, oh, why are the Bears, expected to do well because of one trade? It's not because of one trade. You see how Ryan Poles has added trenches to this team. He added Tremaine Edmonds. He added TJ Edwards. He added DeMarcus Walker, and he basically now just added another solid pass rusher to get to the quarterback, and he has proven to be a not like an elite pass rush, but a solid pass rush. He proved, like, literally his stats prove that he can still get to the quarterback, even though he's been on like 5 different teams. Yannick Ngakwe, like, he added him. He drafted Tyreek Stevenson. He got Javon Dexter. He got Andrew Billings. He got like, bro, this, like, I'm tired of being like, oh, you guys were the worst team last year. If anything, winning 5 or 6 games should be a massive improvement. Which, then again, three is then again, like 5, 6 is more wins than three. But I looked at our schedule. I looked it over like so many times, like trying to analyze, what can I see winning and where can I see us losing to? Because I'm going to be honest, folks, the Bears have the 18th toughest schedule, and that's just not me saying it. You can go look for on it for yourself. The Bears last year had the toughest schedule because we played the Dolphins, we played the Bills, we played the Eagles, we played the Cowboys, we played. I guess you could say that the Giants were a tough team last year. Uh, who else? Who else? We played the. I think we played the Jets, even though that they had a bad quarterback. They still had that solid defense, and they were carried, even if it was Zach Wilson, Mike White, or Joe Flacco. That defense was, that Jets defense was crazy in my opinion, but it's just like we had a tough schedule, and this year, like I said, the Bears have the opportunity to probably turn to basically lift open their Super Bowl window. That I've been saying that for a while, because this team, like I said, they're not Super Bowl contenders this year, but they have an opportunity to open up that opportunity for a possible Super Bowl window for the near future. Like, my expectation, my thoughts and opinions, I think this team can make the playoffs, especially in a weak NFC. Also, we played the Cowboys last year, which also was a tough opponent. Also, like I said, this NFC is wide open for the taking. If you're not the Eagles or the 49ers, then you can be like the 3 seed, you could be the 4 seed, you could be the 5 seed, you could be the 6 seed, you could be the 7 seed. Which people call me crazy for saying that the Bears can be like a 3rd seed, because I believe we can win this division. Like I said, when Aaron Rodgers got traded to the New York Jets, this division became wide open for the taking. Like I said, with the Packers, you really don't know what Jordan Love can be. The Minnesota Vikings, I mean, Kirk Cousins has never had a back-to-back season, where he made the playoffs. And the Lions, again, it's Lions. And, we really don't know if Jared Goff, if, he had a lightning in a bottle season, or, he's still the Jared Goff that we all know and love. So, let me go view our schedule real quick, because I'm looking at our schedule. Kansas City is a tough game. Denver is a tough game. The Vikings, I guess you could say, is a tough game because it's divisional. Detroit's a tough. I guess Detroit is a tough game, divisional reasons. And like, Detroit has a much improved roster, even though I do think that they are bound. They're mega frauds. Like, also the Chargers are a tough opponent. I guess you could say that Cleveland might be a tough opponent, but we really don't know if the shot, like, that game to me is a 50-50 depending how Watson is, because I do think Watson is going to have a bounce back year from last year. Like, he's going to return. He's gotten enough time in the offseason to prepare for the season, like I said. But we'll get to that. But Green Bay, that's an easy win, because number one, it's week one. Jordan Love, is technically starting his second game. We really don't know anything about him, and the reports of training camp, he really is not looking that too impressive. And I heard he sucks so bad that the fucking you the people that are streaming had to end the live stream. I mean, yeah, I think we make a statement in week 1 and beat Green Bay. We'll beat Tampa Bay. Like I said, even though Tampa Bay, has a good roster around Baker, but it's just I can't trust Baker. I really can't trust Baker for some reason. Like, if he couldn't work it with Jarvis Landry, and he had Baker had talent. He had DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson. He had Christian McCaffrey, and he still couldn't make it work. So it's very possible that the Bears start off their season 2-0. Then they got their toughest opponent on the schedule. Like, this is the game where I could see this game. I don't see us winning this game. Like, could the Bears be? I mean, I would be lying to you. Says that, oh, this is the NFL, folks. Any given Sunday, there's a saying, any given Sunday for a reason. Like I said, the NFL is unpredictable at sometimes. But like I said, Kansas City is the better team, and they are gonna obviously be favored in this game. So the Bears probably will. Actually, no, I wouldn't say probably. They'll lose the game. So, I mean, Denver, you could say it's 50-50, but I would give Russ the benefit of the doubt. I say that he wins under better coaching and better defense overall. Washington, like I said, we're playing Washington pretty early. We really don't know anything about Sam Howell, and their defense is good. I guess. I mean, they're all right, but let's be honest with you, they really don't know what Sam Howell brings to the table. Even though that they do have good weapons around Sam Howell. I mean, Scary Terry, Curtis Samuel. I mean, even then again, I don't believe in. I'm not a firm believer of Sam Howell. I'm really not. Like, they should have kept Heineke, but luckily we're not Commanders fans. I guess I can give the split to the Vikings just for the simple fact that, you know, we have them at home, but it's just that division game that the facing the Vikings, you really don't know. Like, yeah, they dismantled their team after winning 13 games, but they still have a very solid offense, but they have a very horrible defense. But I say that we'll split with the Vikings. Um, the Las Vegas Raiders, like I said, even though they have a good roster around Jimmy Garoppolo, which, he could not be starting, which then again, it's week 7, we have to see where it's either going to be Jimmy Garoppolo or Brian Hoyer. But regardless who the quarterback is, we're winning that game regardless. So I guess, we'll win that. We'll win that game. Like I said, people will be like, "Oh, Jimmy Garoppolo owns you." I mean, he was on a very stacked Niners team. I mean, is Las Vegas any better than what he was on the 49ers? If anything, he downgraded from a team, majorly downgraded. Like I said, Las Vegas Raiders don't have a defense. Like I said, they do have a stacked offense to probably keep them competitive in some games, but that defense is not going to save them, bro. Raiders have no defense. So far, 1-2, and then we lose to Kansas City and lose 2-2. Then we win against Washington, we win against Minnesota, and we win against the Raiders. So that's 1-2, 3, 4, 5. So we're basically 5. And then you count the Kansas City loss and you count the Denver loss. So that basically 5-2. And then we're going to see Justin Herbert versus Justin Fields on prime time television. So I do expect this to be a back and forth just for simple fact that the Chargers, like, bro, the Chargers defense is absolute horrible. I don't care if they're good on paper. Their defense is god awful. But like I said, I do see the Chargers beating the Bears because, like I said, bro, the Chargers have the overall better team than the Bears. Like I said, it is on prime time and we're traveling to Los Angeles. I mean, if it was in Chicago, I give us the benefit of the doubt, but it's in LA. You really don't know about Justin Herbert. I mean, I you really don't know what the team can bring to the table. But like I said, bro, the Chargers, would it really surprise you if they blow a lead against the Bears? I mean, like I said, it's true. But like I said, if I say it's a loss. Calls. The Saints, like I said, bro, people say that this is a trap game because, like, I'll admit one thing: the Saints have a way have they have a better defense, but the question is, they have to ask yourself, can Derek Carr, just be below average and get the Raiders a win? Like I said, I know it's in New Orleans. I know the Saints can basically, just have Derek Carr be a game manager and, not let him screw it up. And maybe, the Saints can win their division. But like I said, Derek Carr, like I said, even though he has Chris Olave, I mean, Michael Thomas, he's injury prone. Like I said, Alvin Kamara, he's like, bro, running backs are not important anymore. Like, it's just like they have Jimmy Graham. I mean, he's washed. So I mean, I'll give us the win, bro. Like, I'll give us that win, bro. Okay, so Thursday night we got the Carolina Panthers. We will be either facing off Bryce Young or Andy Dalton, which would be funny and hilarious that Justin Fields plays the guy that you know, Justin Fields plays the guy that mentored him in Chicago over his time there. But I think if we're gonna face Bryce Young, even though Carolina's a weird team in my opinion, even though that they do have like receivers that probably would be a great number two or a great number three, like DJ Clark, and you got Adam Thielen, but that's the thing. They don't have that star receiver. I mean, they literally traded their star receiver to us, and they gave us a haul out of that first round pick. They gave us Darnell Wright, they gave us Tyreek Stevenson, and we're about to see what they're going to give us this year. Like, bruh, like this should be an easy win for the Bears. And I know that the Panthers signed Justin Houston, but let's be honest, he's old, he's washed, it's over. But like I said, this team, the Panthers, like I said, it's at home on a short week. It's good, it's usual, we'll win that. Then we got Detroit. Like I said, this is probably like Detroit would be the better team at home. Like I said, any given Sunday, but like I said, we'll split just to play it safe as we lose our two divisional games and then we're heading to the bye and then we get pissed off that we beat the shit out of the Detroit Lions. And then we got Cleveland. Yeah, my apologies. That sounded cringe, but you get the point. My opinion on Cleveland is this. Yeah, it's 50-50. Regardless if anybody wants to say that, oh, there's no chance. You're traveling all the way to Cleveland. Like I said, you don't know what Deshaun Watson is. And two, yeah, I know they have the better defense, but like I said, depends on Deshaun Watson. But just for a simple fact that my beliefs in Watson is that he's going to return to where he once was, I have to give it to the Browns. If they were traveling to Chicago, then that's a different story. Now, the game that everybody, says that the Bears are losing to because it's a trap game. Like, bro, honestly, this is a free fucking win. They might as well give us the win and just, Arizona just might have to roll the white towel. And before the game even starts, they just probably should just forfeit the game, if in my opinion. And people be like, oh well, you're gonna have to face Kyler. Look, Kyler's not gonna. It's not gonna mean anything, bro. If it's Kyler, Colt McCoy, or Clayton Tune, who is looking all right in camp, let's be honest, bro. Do the Cardinals really have a good roster around that quarterback? I mean, Marquise Brown, AJ Green. Who's their tight end besides Zach Ertz? And plus, they don't have a good defense. Let's be perfectly honest here, folks. Bro, there's a reason why people saying that the Cardinals might be the worst team in the NFL. Dude, they're rebuilding. I mean, I'm sorry, they're they're in first round pick territory. And that's not me saying it, it's a fact. Bruh, let's be honest here. And it's at the Bears. I mean, and plus, I hate to say this, and I might get criticized by someone in the comment section. I really don't care. The Cardinals are going to be being in competitive, but they're gonna lose most of their games. Teams tank, bro. I don't care. People be like, "Oh, well, that's not team pride," dude. A lot of teams tank. You're acting like teams don't do that. The Dolphins did it. The Eagles did it. I mean, we saw. I mean, my bear. As much as my Bears were competing, I have to admit that we were tanking. We were looking to get the first overall pick. That's the reason why we started Nathan Peterman over Justin Fields, because people are saying, "Oh, it was due to an injury." No, we benched Justin Fields for tanking reasons, and that's why we started Nathan Peterman. Like I said, do the Cardinals really want to risk? Depending if we play Kyler or not, I see this as a win by a mile. But we go to our next game against the Atlanta Falcons. So, yeah, the Falcons have a better team around Desmond Ridder or Taylor Heineke, but considering it's at Chicago and we really bro, and depending where the Bears are, I say we beat Atlanta just for the simple fact that I think we can ultimately I don't care who the quarterback is. I see us winning that game because, I'm not a true believer in Desmond Ridder. Yeah, I have the Falcons winning that division, but let's be honest, that division is so awful. Would it shock you if the Falcons won that division with an 8-9 record or 7-10 record? That division is literally the AFC South, where it was, not last year, but that you basically know what I mean. That division is awful. I guess you could say that the NFC East was bad in 2020. That basically probably will be that division, the NFC South. The Green Bay Packers, as much as I want to put my, my homer itself is saying that, oh, we're going to sweep the Packers because let's be honest, bro. We really don't know what Jordan Love is going to be. And if he's below average, he doesn't have a good supporting cast around him. And they still have Joe Barry as their defensive coordinator. Actually, call me an idiot, call me a homer, call me biased, call me whatever you want. This is my hot take for the taking. I think the Bears can sweep the Packers, and that's just not me saying it. It's a significant fact because on this should be the first time in the Chicago Bear in the rivalry that the Bears get the upper hand because like I said, their defense, even though it's good on paper, they still have Joe Barry. Joe Barry, like, bro, Joe Barry is not that good. Like, and people was like, "Oh, you're nitpicking. You're nitpicking what they don't like." Dude, it's a fact. They're great. Like, bro, if you ask the dumbest delusional Packers fan that will defend Jordan Love at every cost, they'll say that Joe Barry sucks. Dude, ask Lions fans how they felt about Joe Barry. Like, Joe Barry is awful, bro. And plus, Jordan Love doesn't have a good supporting cast around him. Like, let's be perfectly honest. Jordan Love is technically a rookie. I believe, in my humble opinion, that the Bears can sweep the the Bears can sweep the Packers. So call me biased, call me whatever you want. I don't care. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. But like I said, I believe, in my humble opinion, I think we can sweep the Packers. Just in my humble opinion. We'll split with the Vikings. We'll split with the Lions. Like I said, I believe the last time I counted like 5-2 losses. And then we got like 6. Then you got 7. Then you got 8. Then you got 9. Like I said, this like, bro, this team is winning. Like I said, their floor is 8 and 9. Our current is 10 and 11. Our If we exceed our expectations, like our ceiling is 12 and 13. It's not bias. It is a significant fact. Like, let's be perfectly honest. Clip this, do whatever you got to do. Because at the end of the year, if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Bro, I'm not going to delete this video. You have it right here. I'm not deleting this video. But my overall view, because, I believe in Fields. I believe he can take that next step. Like I said, bro, like I said, if he can be that passer that we want him to be, he very much be an MVP candidate. But I'm not saying that he's going to win it because he would have to be better than Mahomes and be better than Burrow. He would have to be better than Jalen Hurts. But to be in the MVP race, that should be an accomplishment on his own path. Like, that should be enough. And I think the Bears will make the playoffs, maybe like I said, this is a 3rd seed team. And whoever we face, I think we're winning a playoff game. Call me biased, call me whatever you want. I think we're winning a playoff game this year. Like, if we, as much as I want to play the Giants, I think the Giants will be a 5th seed because I think the Cowboys are due for a downfall. So we're either, like, if we're hypothetically the 3rd seed, we're either facing the Seattle Seahawks, or I guess you could say that we're facing the Cowboys probably, or we're facing either the Lions or the Vikings. But like I said, the Bears have the absolute opportunity to be one of the best teams in the NFC. But like I said, depending who we face, I think we can beat. I think we can beat the Cowboys. I think we can beat the Seattle Seahawks. And I most certainly think that we can beat the Vikings, and I think we can beat the Lions in a playoff game. Just in my absolute humble opinion. Because like I said, the Bears team is much different from where it was last year. And imagine this. If we win a playoff game, oh boy, we're going to be talked about a lot in the offseason. Even if we don't win, if we don't go to the NFC Championship, bro, our future is so bright on this team, bro. I can't wait for this year. Bears fans, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching and bear down.